Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Franchise Show. This is the show, and I'm definitely going to do it where you get under the hat of all things franchising. I hope you're all doing well. This is, of course, a live show. Well, it's live if it's January the 13th, 2026, at about 5:15 in the evening here in the UK, and about 12:15 in bits of America. So if you're with us live, please pop in a comment, say hello and get involved in our conversation, because I say it every week, but you are the directors and the producers of this show. So the conversation goes the way you want it to go. So what do? Each week on the Franchise Show, we take a new topic in the lovely world of franchising. We have a bit of a deep dive with some lovely guests. And we have some fantastic guests with us this week. First of all, the topic we're going to be talking about is franchise work culture. And to delve deep into that one, we have our resident work culture expert, I'm going to say, the lovely Danny Wareham. Danny, welcome back. Third time, I think, to the Franchise Show.
It says I'll be getting my own hat at this rate.
Well, you never know. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe if five times and you get a hat, perhaps.
Okay, like a loyalty card, is it?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to get little hat stamps that you can have on a card.
Nice. Lovely to see you, Harvey.
Great to have you with us. And of course, joining Danny, you all know Neil Newman from Gather, one of our lovely supporters. Neil, welcome back to the Franchise Show.
Thanks, Harvey. Great to be here.
Fantastic. Well, before we get into the subject of franchise work culture, let's do a few introductions. First of all, let's start with Danny. Lots of people are going to know Danny, but Danny, if you could give a little introduction to yourself and why you've got into the world of culture and franchise culture that we're talking about today.
Well, my name's Danny Wareham. I'm an organizational psychologist who believes that happy bees make tasty honey. If we have the right environment, the right culture, the right support, the right direction, then performance becomes a side effect of that. And I got into culture, a kind of long, convoluted background story, but the kind of too long didn't read version is, how do you create an environment where you can be you? So at its heart, culture and culture work is all about inclusion. The question is, does your culture encourage the behaviors that make your success more likely to happen? And as a very quick example, if you picture a culture that's fun and energetic and there's a buzz and a vibe, and on a Friday we all finish at 2:00 and go to the pub, and on a Wednesday there's a big inflatable wind machine and we can grab gift vouchers based on our performance, and there's dogs in the office and pizzas, and isn't that the sort of place that you want to work? Well, in that case, you're a terrible funeral directors. Culture's not about fun. It might be fun, but its motive is, what are the behaviors that you need to be successful? And the behaviors in a fintech are different to those in a funeral directors, are different to those in a franchise.
Absolutely. You're right. It's got to be the right culture for the right organization. And, there's different ways we're going to go about, I would imagine, trying to create those cultures. Do you think culture is created, or do you think culture, in some respects, naturally occurs due to certain factors or individuals within the organization?
It's an interesting question. So whenever you have three people, you have a culture. All culture is behavior. It's the group's behaviors. The thing is that the culture that you have with a couple of mates on a Friday in a pub, maybe you don't plan that, but there are certain behaviors, your language, your appetite for risk, all those things will be different when you're with exactly the same people because they're work colleagues on a Monday. So culture happens by design or by default. Design is better. If you plan your night out, if you plan your workplace, then you can encourage your behaviors that make it a more successful night out or a more successful workplace. If you don't, then you get what is unplanned, because you always get a culture.
Absolutely. Neil, lots of people are going to know you, Neil, but perhaps you could give a little introduction to yourself, and of course to Gather as well. And we're going to get a bit into that because we have a quiz that has gone live all about work culture that we're going to hopefully have a look at as things progress today.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Harvey. Yeah. I'm Neil. I'm the founder of the Gather platform. Our sole goal is to make businesses better. Every business is good, but we will move you from good to better, and we can do that, or good to great even. And we can do that by understanding how your business is perceived both externally, i.e. customers, as well as internally, i.e. staff. And the staff bit and the internal bit is where we get into work culture. And obviously I echo everything that Danny said. And what we're trying to do is produce evidence that that culture is in place. And if it is, great, shout about it, because that's how you can improve your recruitment. If it's not great, know about it so that you can do something about it. Operating in the dark, or operating on hope, is not a good business strategy, as they will say. So knowing what's going on in your business is absolutely paramount. And I will stress, whilst we should all meet and talk with our employees, we should never take that as face value. We need to understand from an anonymous point of view whether things are truly as they are being perceived, because how people operate in front of somebody can change dramatically when they're not in front of that person. Mm-hmm. So there are a lot of thought and consideration about how you engage with the staff and how you employ your work culture is absolutely essential, and how you collect that evidence to confirm that it's working as you expect it to.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I've just had a few messages that some people are struggling to join the stream today. We may take a short break, actually, in a moment, so that I can sort this out. Just give me 1 second, and I just want to see whether we can reconnect this. Okay. Hold on 1 moment, everybody.
Thanks.
I think there's a little bit of an issue with LinkedIn today in terms of people joining the stream today. So we will press on because this is recorded, and we will sort it out afterwards. This has occasionally happened in my tenure of doing this, probably 3 or 4 times. But look, let's continue with the conversation and get into
Happy to log back out and log back in if that's going to make any difference.
Oh,
I'd like the audience involved. That's why I'm pushing for it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Let's try it. We're going to say that this is now the end of the beginning of this episode, and we will come back for part 2 after a short break.
Shall we log out as well, Harvey?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thanks.